Hello everyone, Felipe here again here with Daniel. We're going to keep working on the defense and escapes from side control. We're going to be working with the no-gi today. In reality, it doesn't make so much difference. The positions are going to be pretty much the same, but I just want to emphasize a little bit this time without the gi so you can see a little bit better. Let's start already, everyone. Nice to see you. Moving the head sideways, up and down. Circling the head, everyone. Both sides. Arm. The other. And hips. Okay, everyone, lay down, please. And bridge. Sometimes inside, everyone. Usual. And hip escaping, as usual as well. Sometimes inside, people. Repeating the exercise you saw yesterday. Turning my entire body to the right, hips and shoulders. Step with the left foot in front of the knee. Bring my hip up without using my hands. I'm in the third position. I go back. I turn myself to the left, step with the right foot, extend the bottom leg, hips up without using my arms, and go back once to this side, up with the hip, same thing to the left side, step to the right foot, hips up, 10 times inside everyone, okay? Also the Turkish get up motion, very important people, elbows and knees. Drop, I bring myself up, pushing to the direction of my knee. I'm not pushing forward, I'm pushing to the direction of my knee. I'm gonna drop, same thing, right elbow, right knee drop, elevate my hip, pushing with my thumb down, extending the arm, bring myself back, left elbow, left knee on the floor, bring myself up, same thing to the other side. Okay, all of this is explained with more details in the past class, 10 times inside everyone. And last but not least, rolling over the shoulder, either landing on the knees and rolling forward, or dropping on the hip and rolling forward. 5 times inside everyone, back and forth. And let's go to the partner drills, people. Okay everyone, as a drill, we're going to basically repeat the first position we saw yesterday. I'm going to first of all set my frame, so I'm going to bring my arm under my opponent's shin. I'm going to start pushing her head towards my hip. The other arm slides in front of the hip. Dani is on my left. I'm going to step with the right foot, hip escape, place my shin in front of her hip, and I'm gonna reset the guard. For the sake of the exercise, I'm gonna let Dani pass my guard again. She's gonna push my leg away. She's going to set side control now, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, everyone? So I push the head, push the hip, hip escape, set my shin, set my guard, let Dani pass again, okay, and we're going to be playing like this, okay? We're going to do this 1.5 minutes on one side, Dani is going to do the same to the other side, so she's going to establish side control. I'm going to push the head, hand in front of the hip. Now Dani is on my right, that means that I'm going to hip escape to the left, place my shin, and back into the guard, just for the sake of the exercise. Then it's passing my guard again, and we're going to be playing like this. Okay, people? So, as I said, I explained this position with details yesterday. We're just going to repeat it as a drill. 1.5 minutes on one side, 1.5 minutes on the other side. Then we switch. The person who was on the bottom does the same thing now on top. 1.5 minutes, and then you guys switch sides. Okay, let's move forward to the other side, to the other position, people. Okay, everyone, so now we're going to do the second position from yesterday. You're going to see it as a drill. So again, if you're not yet familiar with details, check the last class that we had. But now we're going to switch positions with each other. So how's this going to play? I'm going to be here with Dani. Okay, I'm going to have side control on her. Then it's gonna start pushing my head towards her hip, and she's gonna bring her hand between my legs, and she's gonna start pushing my foot, turning her hip, and using her foot to trap my foot. Now that she has this position, she already put me in half guard, can no longer move to the other side. At the same time, Dani is getting the underhook, okay? From here, as she gets the underhook, I'm also blocking. She brings herself up, and we're gonna have the dog fight situation. Dani is going to place her hand behind my thigh. She's going to circle my hip, bringing me down, and now she is on side control. Now that Dani is on side control, I do the same to her. I push the head. I'm gonna push her foot that is close to the hip, turn my hip, and bring my foot next to her foot so she can no longer move. I get the underhook. I bring myself up, my hand behind her thigh. I circle her hip, bring her down, and we're just gonna be playing like this. Okay, Dani now gets the distance. She pushes my foot, traps my foot on the hook, comes up, hand behind my thigh. She circles towards her hand, brings me down, and we're going to be switching positions like this. Okay? So, since we're just switching positions with each other, everyone, let's do that. 2 minutes on one side, then we do 2 minutes on the other side. As I've explained before, people, all of those positions are detailed on the past class. So if you're not yet familiar with this motion, check it out again so you guys can understand the steps. We don't have to be fast. As you guys get more used to this, then you can speed up. Okay, let's go to today's position, people. All right, everyone, we're gonna work with another alternative here, and this is going to involve the Turkish get-up motion. As I was explaining before, everyone, I want to stay as tight as possible here with my elbow, and I want to relieve a little bit of the pressure because if Dani keeps working here with the crossface, this is going to be super annoying for me. All right, so first thing that I want to do, just like we've been doing, is here bringing my hand under her chin, and I want to start pushing her towards the hip. Okay, so when she's here towards the hip, I managed to push her head away from my head. This space is now created, and I can start using this arm to push her shoulder. Okay, what is important for us right now? I'm going to start bringing my hand behind her tricep, here with my thumb pointing down behind her tricep. I'm going to extend my arm and pushing her arm away. And at the same time that I'm pushing her arm away, I'm gonna bring myself up just like the motion of the Turkish get-up. Okay, so I wanna bring Dani to my right side. I wanna bring my right elbow and my right knee on the floor, and I'm gonna have this situation going on. Very important for me here, everyone. When I have this position, I have to keep my arm extended. Okay, if my arm is not extended, if I bend, Dani can regain this position, and we're gonna be back into the side control, and all of this effort didn't count for nothing. So very important. I push the head, I push the arm. At the same time that I push the arm, I'm gonna bring myself up, and the arm stiff and extended. As long as I have this situation going on, Dani can do whatever she wants to come back. It's not gonna work. Okay, and from here, people, if Dani is already over my hip, I'm just gonna keep moving up, and I'm gonna end up on her side control. Okay? So one more time, Dani is on my side. I'm going to push the head, thumb pointing down. I'm gonna push her tricep. I'm not pushing with my arm, okay, everyone? I'm pushing with my shoulder. Now that she doesn't have the cross face anymore, this is possible. So I'm gonna bring my thumb under her arm. I'm gonna turn towards my right, bringing the right knee and the right arm on the floor. From here, I'm just gonna keep coming up, ending on the side control, and I'm gonna have the side control myself. One situation that might happen here, everyone, is sometimes I'm going to do the same. I push the head, I'm gonna push her arm, turn to the side, and Dani posts, okay, because she doesn't wanna fall. If this happens, you're not gonna be able to come up anymore, but at the same time, you have enough space to work. First of all, you can see that my arm doesn't bend, okay? It has to stay like this, so then I cannot retain the guard, retain the side control, I'm sorry. And from here, people, since she's giving me so much space, I'm just going to hip escape away from her, and now we're back into the guard, playing from here. Okay, so best case scenario, your opponent's gonna be over the hip, you just keep coming up, and you end up on top. Worst case scenario, your opponent posts and you hip escape and put the guard back. One more time. Push the head. As I push the arm, I'm already turning to the side. Dani is posting, okay? I hip escape and we're back into the guard. Always arm extended and stiff. Pay attention to this, okay, people? The other scenario, Daniel doesn't post, so I push the head, push the arm, just over my hip, just keep coming up, and I'm on top, and I have side control. All right? So this one again, everyone, doesn't have to be fast. Follow the steps. As you guys get more comfortable, you can speed up. I'm gonna show a quick variation to this quite soon, but focus on this one, works very well. Let's go, guys. All right, everyone, I'm going to pretty much do the same thing. It's just that some people are scared to extend the arm because they're scared of an arm bar. So I'm gonna show a variation in which this is not going to be present. So what I want to do is basically the same beginning, all right? I wanna push Dania's head away so I can get space. And now, instead of pushing her arm with my hand, what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna turn to the side, and as I turn to the side, I wanna snatch her shoulder like this. Okay, very important that at the moment that I start turning, I'm gonna start bringing my thumb towards my shoulder. I'm gonna keep coming up, and I'm gonna end up on top, and I'm gonna have this position. For the people who are more experienced, you guys can even keep this grip and switch for armbar right away. You guys are already able to do this transition since you already have a really tight control. What is very important for us, everyone, when I snatch her arm, I'm not first controlling and then turning. It's everything at the same time, and we have to be explosive. So that means I push the head, I'm going to control the arm and bring myself up so I can end up in the top position. Okay, so this has to be at once. So once more, Dani's here. Again, never circling, okay, everyone, under her chin, push to the hip. I'm going to turn to my left. In the meantime, I trap her shoulder, bring myself up. From here, I can keep this grip or just switch to the regular cross face, and we're gonna work from the top position, okay? You guys can analyze the steps and stuff, but when we're doing for real, make sure that you do everything at once, okay? Hand to the shoulder and turn already to the other side so you can have your top position. Okay, let's train everyone. Okay, everyone, working from the top, exclusively from side control this time, okay? Try not to do so many transitions. I want to see you guys practicing more, especially now that your opponent is better at the defense. You guys are probably gonna have a harder time keeping side control, so it's a good opportunity for you to train. Try to get a submission as you have the chance, and people from the bottom, using those techniques and other techniques that you might know to skate, okay? And the gi, no gi is going to be even more difficult, so make sure, people, that you're always working tight, getting space. I'm gonna be here with Dania. Dania's trying to push myself away. I'm trying to control the elbow. And from here, if Dania escapes for any reason, let's say that she hip escape, for example, okay, good for her. We start over. If not, if I get a submission here, she starts pushing my arm. I manage to get a choke. Okay, for example, that we saw the guillotine. If I submit, good for me, we start over. 3 minutes with one of you on top, trying to keep the position and get a submission, and then you switch, people on the bottom, trying to either put the guard back or end up on top. Okay? Add some rolls to it. Have fun, everyone. See you guys next class.